Happy Memorial Day weekend, and welcome back to another episode of Pamtastic on Purpose. I stepped away from recording for about 3 weeks, and during those weeks, I kept thinking about this thing that's spreading across the internet. Visibility culture. The idea that visibility somehow equals value. That being seen means you matter more. That attention has become evidence of worth. And the deeper I look at it, the darker I think it actually is. Because I used to think visibility meant something too. That if I just healed more, aligned more, refined myself more, optimized more, that eventually the world would see me. But after 11 years inside visibility culture, I do not care anymore. I no longer subscribe to that framework in a sober way. Because visibility is not a spiritual merit system. It's not proof of worth. It's not proof of intelligence, embodiment, integrity, healing, depth, or humanity. A lot of the time, it's simply algorithms, marketing psychology, trend cycles, capital, timing, stimulation, performance, and who can sustain being consumed the longest. Some very brilliant people are invisible. Some deeply performative people are massively rewarded. That alone shows us a lot. But many people keep turning invisibility into pathology. You must be blocked. Your energy is off. You need to become more magnetic. You're resisting abundance. You just need to hit record. Just put yourself out there. If you were truly aligned, people would come. No, I call bullshit. I understand alignment. And I truly believe alignment matters. But alignment was never supposed to become another system where human beings endlessly blame themselves for not being visible enough to survive. And honestly, I think visibility culture is exposing something much deeper than visibility itself. I think it's exposing humanity's obsession with predictability. Because people often don't want truth. They want legibility. They want to know where to place you, what category you belong to, what identity shelf to organize you on. Humans often feel safer with predictable misery than unpredictable wholeness. A miserable person who is always miserable becomes easy to understand, easy to anticipate, easy to emotionally organize around. But someone who contains contradiction, someone who is spiritual and logical, intuitive and discerning, soft and sharp, grounded and cosmic, observant and emotional, detached and deeply feeling, well, those type of people become much harder to categorize. And ambiguity makes people uncomfortable. Not because it's false, but because ambiguity disrupts predictability. A lot of people don't know what to do with humans who refuse reduction. And visibility culture especially struggles with that, because algorithms reward simplified identities. The healer, the skeptic, the guru, the victim, the entrepreneur, the inspirational survivor, the relatable mess, the optimized feminine woman, the hyper-relational intellectual. But full spectrum people don't compress well into branding. So sometimes the issue is not, why aren't people seeing me? Sometimes the issue is, why do systems built on consumption struggle to process complexity unless it gets flattened first? That question changed everything for me. Because after years inside these systems, people start internalizing invisibility as personal failure. If I'm not growing, I must be failing. If people aren't buying, something must be wrong with me. If I'm exhausted, I need to optimize harder. If I'm unseen, I need to change myself again. And eventually, people shapeshift so many times for visibility that they no longer recognize their untouched voice without performance attached to it. And that is the part I reject now. Listen, I get it. Money matters. Bills are real. Survival is real. And I'm no longer willing to treat my humanity like the obstacle I need to overcome in order to earn visibility. I'm not interested in becoming more consumable, more performative, or more accessible. I will not become more algorithmically digestible. Because if survival requires constant self-exposure, I'm not convinced the system deserves that level of access to human beings in the first place. The system is flawed. Deeply fucking flawed. It rewards non-stop production, self-exploitation, chronic accessibility, algorithmic obedience, performance, and exhaustion, while calling it all success. And a lot of people are carrying shame for not thriving inside conditions that were never built with actual human well-being in mind to begin with. Maybe you were never failing at being human. Maybe you were failing at becoming a machine fast enough to survive a system that mistakes exhaustion for worth. And maybe the part of you that still cannot fully adapt to this system is the last healthy thing left in you. Because somewhere along the way, visibility became the very thing that caused people to disappear from themselves. At this point, I am no longer trying to become visible. I'm just trying to remain intact, stay true to myself, and live my life messily, authentically, and with purpose.